Hello guys and welcome to some Victoria 2 with the Pops of Darkness mod. Now, first things first, I've been watching Agrippa's Victoria 2 Let's Play, which you guys should totally check out. And then I felt like I really want to play some Victoria 2, so that's what I decided to do. I'm now playing Victoria 2, but just with the Pops of Darkness mod, which adds a lot more into the game, and it's quite interesting. But anyway, moving on. The country I'm going to play as for this Let's Play, I'm going to play as Australia, all the way over here. But first of all, I have to release it from England, and England's out of war already, so let's just get into the game. Okay, so you'll see the stuff immediately popping up, which is the new ideas and new mechanics basically in the game. Let's get rid of all of this. And by the way, the rights of man, it just increases your prestige, and well, England has a lot of things being a prestige, increasing its prestige. Outlawed, I think that's outlawed slavery. If I press the right one, yeah, outlawed slavery, and that increases your prestige and other things. Lots of new decisions and all that. But we're not going to do any of that because I find England's a little bit too overpowered in this game, and we're at war with this country in South Africa. So I'm just going to send these guys over here, and I'm going to just damage the economy a little bit because I don't like the fact that they have such big shipyards. It's really annoying, and I'm gonna get rid of the clothes industry entirely, and the machine factory, because I find that is it's a little bit too unfair. I'll leave the rest. Let's quickly speed up. I don't really care because this is not Australia. As we get into Australia, we just have to we cannot. Oh, we have the Boer War as well. We cannot release Australia until after the war, so that's what we're gonna have to do. Whatever. Come on. No, you can. There we go. More stuff. That you get that if you have a stock exchange. So, come on. Do we have a? We must have a leader. We got. Oh. It belongs to the Russian Empire. Take that to my prestige. Birth rate's very high. Sorry. No, you'll see what these events do when I play as Australia. I just need peace. Oh my god. When you're gonna lose anyway. The Reform Club, whatever. Oh well, get him. Just get him. There we go. Okay. Peace now. Good. Yep, peace. And now we are going to release Australia. I'm going to play us. There we go. Whoop. Here we are, Australia. Let's the tick so we can see the stuff. And, well, Australia has 5 states. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 6. 5, 6. And we have a lot of uncolonized territory, which you won't be able to get for a while, at least, some time. First, I'm going to get Whistle Stop Tour, which we have to invent the experimental railroad, and it's basically the Prime Minister or whoever's leading your country. We've got a royal government. Will like tour the territories and all that, but there's always there is an event which can lead to an assassination of your leader. But anyway, it's good for the increase in prestige. So we can do that. Knights of Man, which we've basically is that like liberty, I guess, and stuff like that, and that also increases our prestige, and also increases our consciousness. But anyway. Let's have a look at the newspaper. Afghanistan and Bukhara are at war. Netherlands, the colonist war, which is a war between Spain and Spain. Is it the Republic of Spain and the colonists are like I don't really know too much about that what happened there, but anyway, don't have any movements. We can do a reform though, because we're mainly liberal government. So what's people? They're moralist. Fake happens. Nothing really. I'm gonna go for immigration naturalization, so we can have more people, because we start off with only not even 100,000, so we need a lot of people joining our country. I could do attracted immigration was no increase tension. We're gonna increase. I think we need more people. We're pretty literate with 22%, and we're traditional at Canada, so we're not specialised in anything. We got +2 to everything, so which is pretty good. We research most of the stuff. We start with England's research, so our navy is pretty strong, and our commerce is actually amazing. I'm gonna go for the prestige gain. Right at the beginning. Yes, this is gonna become a problem. Hopefully when we discover gold it would help. But right now I'm just gonna turn everything up to max. Turn this down when we start having military. We only can afford 1 soldier, so nothing's gonna be happening for quite a while. Let's turn down this, because most of our money's been spent on that. Let's increase this. Administration, and we'll leave military spending there. Oh, money's still going down. Let's decrease this. Oh, birth of nation. Today, crowds gathered in Sydney to celebrate Australia's independence. In the modern world, independence can be a fleeting thing, so we must enjoy it while we can. Today, Australian flags wave from every window and corner, and jubilant citizens sing the Australian anthem. It is a heartfelt theme that speaks of a better tomorrow. Hurrah for Australia. Bam. And we have a total population of only 300,000. So we don't do well in research, but our growth is increased, and at least our birth rate's also increasing, which is good. All this needs sort out. We're spending a lot of money on education, but middle class is not doing so well. Immigration. I'm trying to increase immigration because we need a lot of people. 0.2, no. Only 10%. This is. It goes 20 and then 25. So I'm gonna go weighted universal for our voting. And yep, done whistle stop tour. And also need to start increasing relations with countries. You won't accept alliance. Too many alliances. That's nope. Who doesn't have a lot of allies? I'm gonna try for America and Spain, because Spain still owns the Philippines, but that's probably gonna be lost. So these 2 countries can come help us. But yeah. Nothing else is going to happen. Or maybe the Netherlands, actually. I should probably try an ally. But anyway. I'm going to actually try for the Netherlands. The Russian fear. Well, yeah, Russia will be able to crush us. We don't even have one military guy. We're going to make it one. Let's make it regular. What's the difference between regular and infantry? Usually the same. Attack and defense. High discipline. Maneuver. What's the cost? This only costs 4 guns, and this is 6 guns, and so this is going to cost quite a bit of money, but we're going to get it. Leave that on. We're already number 20 in the world, thanks to our prestige. And yeah, prestige still overpowered in this game, but anyway. There you go, our population's increasing quite a bit, mainly from immigration. Yep. And there we go, I think we got our first soldier. Bang. Sydney. Oh yes, I should also be increasing the railroad. If you press control click, it builds railroads in your whole entire state. Well, in the provinces that it can be built. As we have enough money. No, it's just that yeah, we can't build it here. It's dry grassland. Apparently, can't build. Need level 2. Railroads for that. Let's see what the newspaper says. Pushkin dies in the Russian Empire. French missionaries executed. And Arc de Triomphe is built in France, Paris. I'm going to expand the naval base because also naval bases are going to be important for colonizing, which I hope to do later on. Let's increase railroad and build a naval base there. It's going to build a naval base in Melbourne and Brisbane. No railroads whatsoever. And that's oh no, we can build it here. That's it. Money might take a little bit of dip because we're buying resources to build the railroads and all that, but it should be fine. It's increase with the Netherlands. I want to become allies. There we go. We've discovered the John Stewart Mill, which gives us +2 prestige and shares production output goes up by 2%. There we go, more prestige, which is really helping us. We're now number 17. Publicly listed companies. A fledgling stock and bond market has been introduced to Australia, particularly in Sydney, where a frenzy of speculative trading has already begun. Australian economists are optimistic about the effect this will have on private investments, although some express worry that what goes up may also come down. For now, we enjoy prosperity, but what will tomorrow bring? There we go, we've got a bull market already. Anyway. So, and that's another thing about the game, it also goes through, you can go through economic cycles. So you can have Great Boom periods and also like Great Depressions. Democracy in America. Well, the Canadians have a rebellion. Model colony, yeah, nothing really. So nothing much happening at the beginning. Factory input also increases. I don't think we even have any factories here. We probably could build one somewhere. But it's a Liberal Party, so they're not going to let us build any factories. Yeah, no. Trade that's also increased with increasing relations with more prestige is always good. John Elliot, Johnny Carey's Cairns. Look, words is I find difficult to say. Let's increase relations again with the Netherlands. Qing Empire is still being strong. The Ottoman Empire is about to fall apart, but anyway. Let's increase again with the Netherlands, trying to... how many? No, we can't. Still can't ally. We can finally afford a second troop. Yeah, the Peru Confederation's got to fall apart. Let's make another regular. Yeah, it says Peru, Bolivia. Oh, but Republic has also been declared. Yeah, so England's going to go war with them, but anyway. So there's Peru and South Peru. Peru will annex South Peru if they win the war. And Bolivia will fall apart. I think Chile also takes a bit of land from them. Yeah, Bolivia claims it's theirs. Oh, the Argentinians are already at war. Let's see the wars. Argentinian liberation of Peru, Bolivian I can't even speak. That's some South American province. There you go. 3 versus 5 is going to be pretty interesting for them. The Opium War, which the English are fighting the Chinese. Yeah, Qing Empire. Belgium's become a great power. The Ottoman Empire's falling down. The Netherlands Empire, what is this? The USA. And yeah, Peru's at war, so nothing too much. Qing Empire's probably going to lose the war against the English, even though they have like so many troops. Just the English are so much better equipped with better troops and discipline and all that. Continue trying to improve relations with Netherlands. Including, is that Tibet? That's Tibet. Did I click there? No, I managed to increase the relations with Tibet for somehow. There you go. On 5. Anyway. Let's turn down taxes a bit. Especially, I'm just going to turn it. There we go, we finally reached 1 million. Turn this down to like 0. Tragedy at the mine. Another tragic day for our labourers today, as an accident was reported as having claimed several lives in one of our iron mines. Several workers have been reported injured and some are still missing. A faulty support beam in the mine collapsed to cause the accident, reports from provincial inspectors say. The incident is bound to raise at least a local debate on working condition in our mines. So we can, the interest of the industry will prevail. We get 200 iron, but labourers will increase militancy and consciousness. We'll lose 200 iron and they'll only lose 1 militancy. I'm going to say, I like the 200 iron, we can sell it. Oh boy, the La Bet Charta. Something. Oh, it's the French now own Madagascar. We've discovered Adam Smith, which gives us more prestige. Let's move that down and I'll keep that there. Gonna increase education to max, hopefully. Also, administration. As you can see, our literacy is really improving. It's now 36.9. I don't need any clergymen to do that. So the French are now own Madagascar. Well, in sphere, but they basically own it. Oh, the Kowloon incident is where the Chinese, yeah, they in Hong Kong they seized a ship which was Chinese, but I think it was like registered with the British, and the British get angry about it because there's the Chinese find opium on the ship and they burn the ship down because they don't want any more opium coming to their country. And yes, it leads to the second opium war, I believe, or maybe this is still the first one, but yeah, the British are gonna get Hong Kong from China. Alright, when I finally get like a proper military going, I'm gonna make one more regular. Nope, not 2 regulars, and 1 British artillery. I'm going to Sydney. I'm going to tick this on and this. Put out 2 troops over here. And I'm going to start building a navy. Because thank God we're part of the British, we have the British technology. We can build steam transports and commerce raiders, which is really good. I'm doing build in Sydney. Let's get 10. These. This is going to hurt us quite a bit. Hopefully it should stop. Continue increasing relations with Netherlands. Yeah, now we finally found gold, which is going to give us gold rush, and a lot of immigrants are going to start coming. But damn, the Netherlands have started to take this country. Joe Hall is really good because of the precious metals that are there, so that's going to help as well. Yeah, we've got 3 military power now, we're number 18. We're almost a secondary power, but not quite. It's about a bit later. Now minus 10. Anyway. Yeah, the Netherlands is going to win that. Opium War still raging. Child labour law passed. England, the Prussian government just banned child labour. Mozart Festival, and nothing else. This liberalism will destroy the Western civilization. Without strong government, people are going to starve and revert to barbarism to survive and feed their children. There you go. Queen Victoria is married. Bank robbery. The local bank in Clermont has been invaded by a masked gang of ne'er-do-wells. The police are searching for criminals and is granting... Oh. Oh well. This is orderly election. So, yeah, there's also different types of elections that you can get in this mod, which is really cool. You have wartime elections, and then you can have really intense elections, those like fighting in the streets and all that. Depends on all your it just depends, yeah. Also, we can now have an exhibition, which will all those pop-ups. So we have a lot of money, so we can do this, and we get more prestige. Dang. However, all the other countries did that, so we're now back to 20, which is a little bit sad. Oh, and now engravings causing ravings. So we're not going to get involved in religion. So the Free Trade Party and Protectionist Party are don't really care about religion, but the Nationalist Party is about moralism. The Nationalist Party is really strong. Because moralism's what the voters want, but I'm not going to get involved. Oh, and now since we have over 300,000 of our accepted culture, we can have another national focus, and I'm going to do that to Northern Territory, because that needs more people. We have British, Aborigines, Turkish, Russians, North Germans, Ashkenazi, South Germans, French, Flemish, and Romanians. What's the total? If we look in Australia, so 60% of our country is British, 20% is roughly Aborigines, 6% is other, then it's Ashkenazi. There are quite a lot of them. More Turkish, Romanians, Flemish, French, Greeks, North Germans, Polish, South Germans. Pretty interesting. Still doing well. Can we do we? Oh, I've got some projects now that we can help build. And also another thing, I'm probably gonna be destroying a few of these factories because they're not too good. But anyway. Oh, so now saber rattling in New South Wales. A decorated and highly ranking officer in New South Wales has started a complaint, in public regarding his perceived lack of proper arms and supplies allocated to military. So it's pro-military or jingoism. We're not really jingoistic, but we're pro-military. Force him into early retirement, so no. Help him to help the military. Yeah, we'll do that. Because we need more men. And let's build one more soldier. What's this? Military and defense. We're gonna go use, yeah. We don't do anything about that. No, cannons are gonna want which one gives reconnaissance here? Yeah, the Hussar. National debate, trade policy. The intensive election campaign has reached a boiling point in Australia, where the fierce trade policy debate pits the friends of free trade against the powers of protectionism in a rough tumble to determine the future of our nation's traders. Free traders argue that goods must be allowed to freely cross all borders, while protectionists argue that our nation's fragile industries need protection from dangerous foreign competition threatening to undo them. Which path will Australia tread as it decides on free trade or protectionism? And I don't really care at this moment, so I'm gonna get whatever. Lavish expedition in England. Nationalists are state capitalists, and it's really, yeah, we're not ready for laissez-faire, so I'm gonna go towards state capitalism. Paraguay is that way. Paraguay's declared independence from Argentina. The military alliance, more people just joining the war. The Treaty of Nanking. So, yep, Hong Kong's been ceded to the British. Moralist, nah. God is dead. There's a crisis as well. Let's see what it is. The United States won Colombia, and they also won Colombia. And now these are great powers. It's been pretty interesting. We'll see who's win. France is obviously going to go against the English. The Germans are going to go with the English. Russians have not decided. Germans are going to, the Austrians are going to support the United Kingdom. Russians are definitely going to support the United Kingdom, and yeah, no, it's going to go to England. Napoleon the First returns in yeah, in a coffin, but he's returned into England, France. A dog bites a child, so you know, real great news. We almost finished romanticism. We're up to 40% of our country's illiterate, so that's pretty good. We're gonna go planned economy. National debate, economic policy. I'm gonna go for planned economy. I think the nationalists are bringing in power. Treaty of London. Oh, what was the stop tours? God is dead. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So there could have been a war between England and the Netherlands and Belgium, and sometimes the Germans get involved, Prussians get involved, and there's quite a big fight between the Netherlands and Belgium. But yeah, in this case they just accepted Belgian independence. Statuto Albertino, the constitution enacted in the Kingdom of Sardinia-Piedmont in response to concerning revolutionary activity in the country on the 4th of March 1848. Something formalized the absolute monarchy of Sardinia-Piedmont and would later be used, although in modified forms, as the basis for the Italian constitution all the way up until 1948. Pretty interesting. Also increasing relations with Netherlands. Oh, the Austrians already backing the United Kingdom. What province? Yeah, it's gonna go to England, but there's gonna be an event that hands it over to America anyway, so they're not going to lose out much. Unite Peru, yeah, at the end of Peru-Bolivian Confederation. What's this? Immigration debate. I'm going to go full citizenship, which increases more. Well, I'll just go limited, but full citizenship attracts more immigrants. So conservatives actually won. Poor military leadership, which is going to be annoying. Conservative and reactionary. Yeah. And also, one thing about the factories now, when it starts producing, is that many things affect factory production. The unequal treaty again for China, which they have to pay a lot of money to the English, but anyway. I'm trying to improve our army. What's the stop tours? Is our navy done yet? It's still being built. What do you need? Steamer convoys. Not enough of them. Okay, now since we built the factories, I've got a new First Minister's inbred half-wit. I'm sure he'll be perfect for the job. So our first Prime Minister's been appointed. And he's going to cost us prestige. Our political awareness is going to go up by 10%, and our diplomatic points are going to go down by 50. So, yeah, not good. Now, if I hover over this, so we could also get a bonus plus 10% if we're producing copper or lead in the step, but we're not. So this factory is not doing too well. But if we go to the canned food factory, if we're producing cattle, we get plus 30%. So you want to be really choosing where you produce your factories. We got the Conservatives, and no, they're not going to let us build. We've got a lot of wool. We've got some coal in Newcastle. Have we colonized Broken Hill? Yeah, we've got lead. So we built. Where's the factory being built? Queensland, where there's no lead. So There's not going to be any bonus to that. And the cattle, which is in Queensland, has not been... I wish you could like switch these factories around, but anyway. Can't, no, that's not going to work. The gold, and the copper, there's more copper over here. And they're just here to annoy me. Got some fruit in the region. A lot of cattle. And I've got some tropical wood as well. And iron in Darwin. Let's also expand down naval base to level 2. Yep. United Kingdom accepted across the number from the United States. Yeah, they got... United Kingdom got Colombia. Continue increasing our naval bases. I didn't put one in Adelaide, but that was a mistake. Let's continue increasing. I know, okay. I'm gonna go to war soon. I want like one war, and then I'm gonna call the end of the episode. I'm not sure how much points I need. El Salvador's now in the independent. I mean, if I was having their tour, wow. So they're trader states. Oh no, Washington. No, sorry. What did America win that? Did America get Colombia and Washington was given to England? Oh, I thought this was Colombia, but anyway. There you go. Crisis Animation story done. So it's a little bit old newspaper. We have a lot of craftsmen that are not working. Oh yeah, is that? That's just South African. I keep saying South African. No, it's Mexico. There you go. Independent country here. Ceded from Mexico. What else? Crisis averted. There we go. The Germans have invented their national anthem. And yeah, nothing else really. An ally? No. Total war in Yucatan? No more prestige. The glorious revolution awaits. We must call upon all our citizens to fight lest our cause die before it has even achieved the first step towards victory. Wow. Jihad going on. Mexico's gonna win. Sorry. We're gonna be annexed. We also we need to make some shares because we're importing them. We can easily make them. Oh, the Netherlands are finally a great power, which is gonna help us. Shower of tears in America. We've got the poor military leadership. Oh, come on. 2 weeks still. We don't have our own navy, so... Taking forever to build. Maybe I should just build clipper transports. And then weights, but... Number 18. There we go. And now I think because of that treaty they go... But no, they don't. I think that America gets this land. Cabino, or however you say it in I don't know, American, it's in English, wow. They get that. Ages of Princess, oh, that's in Ethiopia. France the first dies in Austria-Hungary. It's a stop tour. Or, here we go. There's Oriental Crisis, which is, I believe, the Egyptians declare independence, and there's going to be a lot of war in the area. Yep. Egypt has become effectively independent from the Ottoman Empire for some time now that independence has become more to empower the Ottoman mastery over the Orient is threatened. The Ottomans must either assert their dominance once and for all, or admit their power is a little more than an illusion. So yeah, I have to go into war. Let's see who's winning this. It's gonna be interesting. More prestige, which is helping us. Ottomans should be able to win, but Yeah. Don't really know. France and Algeria at war. Ooh. So, Australian ingenuity. In the workshops and mills of our country, the free Australian people make daily discoveries and advances. The advancement of science is intimately tied to the free exchange of ideas, and nowhere is the exchange free than in Australia. Our liberty makes us a powerhouse of technology progress. We can sing praise, get more prestige, or work hard and toil, which gives us more research points. I'm gonna our nation sing our praise. There we go, and now we've become secondary power, which is really gonna help. Discovered muzzle line for loaded rifles. Gonna get medicine. Medicine's a very important technology to get. I'm not gonna do a national conference because I want to keep our prestige. Hopefully this is gonna help get some. Need some ships. Need ships, but let's look at trade. Yeah. Maximum stop bomb. Ammunition. We have 200 iron. Allow pops factories to buy from the country stockpile. Yeah. Good horses. No, but we don't have. It's because there's no activity for clipper transports. Yeah. Available. Ships. Steamer. There's no clipper. Steamer is only England that's making them, so I probably should make. Gonna build some clipper transports. While we wait. 2, 3. I shouldn't build them in the same place because now it's gonna cancel everything. First of all, I'm gonna just build. No, not all in Sydney. And sail. I'm gonna build. Oh, I should just build 10. I'm gonna get 5 of them, and when you're finished, just make more of these. Oh, we're going over our ship limit, so let's turn down the steam transports. There we go. And then hopefully we'll be able to go to war soon. Austria and Egypt, so yeah. The Austrians are going to help the Ottomans in their war. And hopefully this is going to help. Or maybe not. There's still not enough clipper convoys. Which is hurting us a lot. We form an alliance? No. Anyone make an alliance with us? Nope. Let's keep increasing relations with the Netherlands. I want to get into Asia, but I guess I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm going to leave the episode here. Thank you guys for watching episode 1 of my Victoria 2 Let's Play. Oops. As I said, this game, as I was watching Agrippa's Victoria 2 Let's Play, and you should go over and check it out. Also sign up for one of the positions that he's got available to help him decide on what decisions that need to be made in the Portuguese government. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode.